What's up everybody? As you guys saw in the last video, the stock K series in Wago isn't doing too good. We heard her when we were out in Texas, and today she is going under the knife. We're gonna get this thing pulled out of Wago and see what happened to the motor. Emilio has a pool tournament later on today, so we only have a couple hours to get this thing done. And we do have another stock motor on the way for this thing that should hopefully be here tomorrow. And then we can just get that thrown back in the car, and it really shouldn't be too big of a deal. But we're gonna go ahead and start tearing into Wago. Like I said, we don't have too much time, so we're just going to set the GoPro up and start recording, and hopefully it captures everything, because we're just gonna go right at it, get this thing pulled out and take the head off and see what the damage is and find out exactly what happened to this thing. So
we got 2 hours, so I figure that's plenty.
Yeah, I mean, I give it like an hour and a half and it'll be out for sure. And that's us taking our time. We just gotta pull the wheels off. The only extra steps on this one that make it a little harder is that we have to crawl under there to unhook the drive shaft and stuff like that. And that other little motor mount that we made that's underneath the car. So we just have to crawl under and get that done. But other than that, it's just pulling the axles, wiring harness, and all the charge pipes, manifolds off, and pull it out. It is nice on the wagons that you can just pull the front bumper off and then pull this piece off right here. And you can literally just hook the engine hoist to it, kind of turn it sideways and just slide it out. You don't have to kind of go up and over. So it's not too bad. Get it knocked out real quick. All right, so we got the motor pulled out of Wago. It took us an hour and 15 minutes. That's how long the GoPro was recording for. And we were taking our time, making sure we didn't beat up the engine bay too bad. Got her out, and now we're gonna go ahead and pull the head off and check how bad the damage is inside of the motor. So we're just about ready to pull the head off. We just have to get the head studs loosened and pull those out, and the head will come right off. We made quite a mess when we took the timing chain cover off. Got a whole bunch of oil everywhere, but we got the timing chain off, the tensioner off, and we obviously got all of the valve train taken apart. We got the camshafts off of there and everything like that. But as you can see, we are missing one of our valve springs and retainers right there. When we pulled the whole assembly off, this guy was actually sticking up higher than the rest of them. And if you look down inside, you can see half of a valve. So she definitely dropped a valve. The other half of that valve is down in the cylinder. And that is why our spark plug looks like crap, which kind of sucks. So she dropped a valve, guys, which kind of shows that it really wasn't an issue with too much power. Normally when you overpower a stock motor, you're going to either bend a rod or crack a sleeve when you're running too much boost. This usually happens when you like over rev the motor and float a valve, and the piston comes up and smacks it and breaks it. But we weren't really revving the engine out. It was at like, I don't know, I'll ask Brent, like 8,400, yeah, which for a K series is nothing. These come factory with the dual valve springs. Who knows why that happened, but it did, unfortunately. And that cylinder is probably really beat up. The piston's obviously going to be trashed and the head's going to be trashed. But we'll get the head off and see how bad the damage really is.
Yeah, we don't really even know how many miles it has or anything. This was like Hayden's mock-up motor.
It was the one that I got from Carlos.
Yeah, he was like using it to mock up manifolds and stuff.
Yeah.
It was just sitting there for who knows how long.
Yep, she is just a stalker, but she dropped a valve, guys. So we're gonna pull this head off and see how bad it is.
Moment of truth.
Yep, pull these guys out first.
Well, we know what happened. We just want to see how bad it is in there.
Yeah, we know it's pretty bad. It's the same thing that happened to Vicky when we were on the way to the track. But Vicky, the timing belt came loose, and that's why it smacked the valve. This one, I'm not sure why that happened. Try not to step in the oil. Oh my, dude, the whole piston's gone.
Holy crap.
And it cracked the sleeve.
Jeez. Let's see the bottom of that.
I'm just gonna get oil everywhere, but whatever, I guess. Look at that. Holy crap.
Yeah.
She is done.
That's bad.
Yeah, that's pretty done. No more valve.
But where's the
whole piston's gone.
where's the piston at, dude?
Yeah, where is the piston? Dude, it cracked a sleeve too. That's a lot of damage. We need some flex tape.
It cracked the sleeve too?
Yeah,
oh,
the sleeve.
damn. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a full send right there. Freaking James.
I'm proud of him.
James.
If you're gonna do it right. Crack the sleeve, break the head, break the block.
Damn, James, you broke her good. I do want to make it clear, obviously, it's not James' fault. It's all the comments from the last video.
Yeah, we're playing around, like we don't really
We're
care.
playing around. It's whatever.
People take it too serious.
Yeah.
We're not that serious.
Not mad at James at all. I mean, once we build it again, I'll let him drive it and blow it up again.
And then we'll fix it again.
It's the cycle of life.
That's a good one.
That's a lot of damage.
I haven't done one that good yet. I'm kind of jealous.
And it did everything. Dropped the valve, trashed the head, trashed the block, bent the rod. It's done.
Oh yeah. I want to see that piston
I can see a
disappear.
piece of it. It's down. There's a big chunk down in there. You won't see it on the camera.
You can see that little shiny piece down there, but a little bit of JB Weld will fix it. What do you think?
Thanks, good.
Where's the piston, bro?
Hey, can we borrow that boat motor?
Yeah, we need the boat motor. Put it in
See
here.
if I can get this chunk out.
Bro, look at this thing.
The piston's got to be in the can somewhere.
What, dude? But I think it filled with water
You think so? And how'd that break the valve?
because it filled everything.
Pressure, and when the can came down, it'll take the keepers will pop out.
It took everything.
Keepers are in.
Oh, that ain't it. The valve's actually is in there.
Yeah. It didn't pop the valve.
It's still there, dude. It's still in there. It just broke it in half.
It
It broke it in half.
broke the valve.
Yeah, but it split a sleeve.
The piston probably rattling around. Look at
Yeah,
the
probably.
chunk.
I feel like it did so much damage
Yeah,
after
maybe.
Look at this chunk in there, so it's rattling around.
Damn.
I was just saying.
Oh, this is totally fixable though.
keep
I've
it
seen
off.
way worse.
It's pretty bad though.
That's not bad considering some. Hey, I mean it's bad, but
That's not bad. We'll clean it up.
that one could be fixed up.
We can just turn it into a grill.
Those are.
There's a
What's
chunk.
that?
Oh yeah, look how twisted.
What's left of the
Dude,
piston.
It hydro. It hydroed. It had the hydro. Look
Why?
at that rod.
Yeah, the rod bent too.
Yeah, it hydroed. It filled. It cracked, and then it filled the cylinder full of water and did all this crap.
I was saying it wasn't because of the power, but that means it is because of the power.
Yeah.
The boost did that.
Yeah.
The boost and the load.
You
The
guys
load
had like
of
6 dudes in that car.
All-wheel drive. We had 3. All-wheel drive, 3 dudes in it.
It gave us the weekend.
Yeah, at least it broke right as we were leaving.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did what we needed to do with it.
I mean, I've pushed a lot of power on them. Just.
I mean, the green one made almost 700.
I know.
We just don't know the condition of this one. Like, we don't know the life of it. They actually, they boosted this one before too,
Yeah,
didn't
this
they?
one was making like 450s, what Hayden told me.
Yeah, so they already had boost on
This
it.
one was already boosted.
Yeah.
So who knows how long they boosted
Probably saw
it.
a lot of abuse.
Yeah,
And was the car fully warmed up? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
could be a lot. Yeah, a lot of things.
Got this for the MR2 today too.
Uh,
Show the logo yet.
looks kind of heavy, dude.
You know what it is. Big surprise for the MR2.
Is this real right now?
That came a long ways. That's all the way from the UK. Some transmission stuff.
When are we gonna show them what it is?
Probably in the next couple days.
Okay.
We'll see. I'll probably have to dedicate a video to that.
Yeah,
It's
that's
pretty good.
That's
Yeah.
Dedicate a video to that box, and then tomorrow we'll get the other motor for Wago, hopefully. Get it thrown back together real quick. And go from there.
You think it was the valve first? Yeah. No.
Yeah, Tom thinks I'm right.
Yep.
No, you're both wrong. And you know why I'm going to say you're wrong?
Why?
Because what happened was this piston was moving up and down, and when this sleeve cracked, it filled the hole with water. The valve was still opening. It came up trying to compress it all, popped that valve off, beat the shit out of this, pardon my French, bent the rod, snapped the piston, broke into 100 pieces.
It's broken 100 pieces for sure. But it's like, what came first, the chicken or the egg? Same difference.
No, it's not the same difference.
The second thing.
Come on, old man.
My opinion.
What's your theory?
I think the valve would go first.
Okay, then how the sleeve cracked?
The piston, when the piston cracked because the valve broke, it shoved it into the side. It had nowhere to
The
go.
valve ain't gonna crack the piston to 100 pieces. It had to be water. Look at the rod. So the valve did the rod too?
No, that's because they tried to compress that piston, in my
Because
opinion.
what was it
Yeah,
compressing?
once it-
The piston, the broken pieces.
It had to
And it
compress
pushed it.
the
It pushed
water.
it. Look at the bottom of the head. It pushed it
It
up
was
against
trying
it.
to push the water came in.
But I don't
this
see
whole
how it would
side.
just crack a sleeve and then break a valve.
Tiger.
I feel like
Here's
if
the
it
valve
cracked
was,
the sleeve,
okay,
it would just...
the valve was on its way, and you're trying to push all of that fluid out, and it can't. So the valve tweaked, pushed, bent, broke.
Let's do it
Bang.
again. Let's do it again and find
But
out.
if the valve was open, it would
Let's
have
do it
just...
again.
Yeah.
It would have just shoved
Let's
it
put a
all through the
camera in
Put
hole.
a camera in it and see what happens.
But see, your
But
rod
my
is all
question-
bent.
my
That
question
means
to you-
this was hydrolocked.
Tiger, my question to you is this.
Tiger. You're calling me Tiger now.
Okay, so
Lion.
the valve, my
You're
opinion.
lying.
the
You're
val-
lying.
My opinion, the valve broke. Valve broke. Went in here,
But it-
smashed the head. Hold on, smashed
It
the
would
head,
beat the crap
and
out
it
of
had
it.
nowhere to go, so it tried
would-
to push it out.
A
and that's
valve
why
is
it
not
cracked.
strong enough to kill the piston. I guarantee the sleeve cracked first, and it filled the hole full of
Hey,
water.
why is the piston backwards?
I just put it in. I was reassembling it to make it happen again.
I don't believe that's what happened. I believe the valve dropped
You're
first.
telling me hold
I
on.
believe the valve
So
dropped first, smashed against the head, and had nowhere to go.
A
so it
valve
popped
a valve
the
won't
sleeve.
bend a rod.
No, but
A valve won't bend
when
a
it
rod,
breaks
especially
the,
that. It's
when
an
it breaks
S,
the
bro.
cast piston, get
Dude,
it's cast.
bro,
When it
bro,
breaks the cast
it is
piston,
an S.
has nowhere to go but out.
Like you're my hetero life mate, and we're bros forever, but you're wrong.
I don't believe so.
Can't
Let
give
me
me
give you my opinion.
I'm not gonna,
Then
no
you
opinion, no opinions. Let Sean just talk.
What do you think happened?
I'd say that the torque with the all-wheel drive loaded it up so much it bent the rod, which then cracked the piston, which then ripped itself apart, which cracked the sleeve.
So he's going with the rod bent first.
I'm absolutely going with the rod bent. I think if we hydrolock this rod would be snapped. I think the rod bent and cracked the piston and just shredded. And the valve was just the aftermath.
That's what I think it hides.
The valve had nothing to do with it. It was not the valve.
I think we're both on the same thing. The valve was the aftermath. You can do a side by side of him shifting and split screen it and put Kyle shifting. I guarantee that fool shifts it harder.
Yeah, you did. You should.
I guarantee it.
Yeah, he did.
I think it cracked the sleeve and just hydrated. That's my belief. Even if it was just right at the top, you can't compress water.
That rod just...
But it's
And then
still,
the piston just
You're
cracked.
saying heavy load, but it's not.
No, I
third
think
or fourth
he
gear. I mean, if
over-revved
you're
it.
talking first and
I'm telling
second.
you, he over-revved it.
I think
and
it
then
just.
dropped the
I think
valve.
It didn't spin. It's all-wheel drive. It
No, I
is
know.
heavy load.
So whether the load bent the rod or
I don't think
it
water.
cracked the sleeve,
I think water bent, but he thinks
Yeah.
low bent. That's
Yeah.
where we debate. The rest we're on the same page.
either way, the rod bent and it stabbed the piston into.
Tom thinks it was
Sorry.
a valve that caused the whole thing, and I think he's way wrong.
Well, I think Tom just figured out that he's wrong.
We'll agree on
Yeah,
that.
remember when you got stock valves and that shit's floating?
And that thing pulls. It's got G's. You want to shift pretty quick. I was giggling in the back seat.
I love it.
I got butterflies. Like it was like a roller coaster back there.
It was
on that
fast.
little bench. I bet it was probably better in one of the front seats, but on that bench seat, you're like,
Oh yeah.
ah!
I think it was Kyle, I, and Emilio earlier in the weekend. And it
Bench
rips.
seat. Oh yeah, it gets down. It boogies.
It does.
Makes me want to all-wheel drive my little ZC for sure.
You got to.
Yeah.
It's like a rule now.
Yeah, it's sweet.
Yeah.
It's dope.
Yeah, the Wago's gonna rip.
Yeah, let me have the boat motor.
We got the boat motor.
It'll break the car.
Well guys, we are getting out of here for tonight. Be sure to let me know what you guys think happened to the motor in Wago. My initial thought is that we floated a valve, the piston came up and smacked it, and the broken valve caused all the carnage in there. That was my initial thought, but after hearing Brent and Sean and Tom argue about it, I'm really not too sure what happened. So I want to hear what you guys think. All I know is that it needs to be fixed, and we do have another motor on the way. For now, I am going to just replace it with another stock K20. There's really no reason to chase after more power since we also do have a stock transmission, and these really aren't known to hold too much power than what I'm already making. So for now, we are going to keep her stock. We do plan on building Wago later on, but now is not the time. I just want to get it back up and running. And also a huge shout out to Bradley. He is a subscriber, and he came by earlier today and actually brought a new headlight over for Wago. I guess he was over at the Pull and Pay and he saw a wagon over there, and he actually snagged a headlight for me and brought it over, and I cannot thank him enough. I wasn't here when he brought that because I had to wait at home for the package that just came in for the MR2, which I'm really excited about. That is gonna be awesome. We'll get to that in another video. But yeah, I got to it a little late, so thank you, Bradley, for dropping that headlight off for Wago as well. Got a new headlight for her, and yeah, I think that's about it. And once again, it is not James's fault that this thing blew up while he was driving it. I know some of you guys in the last video were saying that I was putting all the blame on him, and if that's how I came off, that is not how I meant it to be at all. It was just a joke, and James is known to get rowdy sometimes, and it just so happened to let go while he was driving, so it was just a crazy coincidence. But we were beating on this thing all weekend long. We were probably pushing over 500 horsepower on the stock K series at that altitude, making, you know, about 20 PSI. So really no surprise that she let go. And yeah, like I said, not James's fault at all. We have another motor on the way, and as soon as it gets here, we'll have it running same day. So really not mad about it at all. That's just what happens. And I also noticed in the last video that you guys really do want to see the 2KZ. That video got a whole bunch of likes. Like, holy crap, you guys killed it. So I guess we're gonna have to figure something out, get started on the 2KZ Supra. I do want to give you guys a heads up. We are really busy with like the MR2 and Hondru and Wago for the next couple days to get it back up and running, but we will make time to try out that project later on. It will be coming, so just be patient. After seeing you guys blowing up our comments about it, we definitely have to try it. So that's gonna be it for this video though. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys later.